Hi, I'm Cortney Pache, your friendly neighborhood collections technician of human history here at the Manitoba Museum. And today I'm going to talk to you about the queen of the cello, Winnipegger, Zara Nelsova. Zara Nelsova was born Sarah Katz Nelson right here in Winnipeg in 1918. She was raised on Redwood Avenue by her Russian immigrant parents and raised alongside her sisters Ida and Anna. All three of those kiddos showed an aptitude for music, with Anna on the piano, Ida on the violin, and little Sarah initially playing a kitted out viola. Eventually, she turned that talent into her career as a cellist. The family lived here in Winnipeg until the late 1920s, and at that point, the family decided to move to London, United Kingdom, in order to pursue the girls' musical educations. They formed a group that they called the Canadian Trio, and they performed all the way up until the outbreak of World War II. At that point, they decided to come back to Canada, and after a very harrowing journey, they arrived here in North America, and having changed her name from Sarah Katz Nelson to Zara Nelsova, the queen of the cello took up a role as the principal cellist for the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. Like a lot of good bands, of course, a relationship broke the trio up. Anna got married and moved to San Francisco, and so the sisters stopped playing together as a billed act. Zara continued her career and eventually moved to the United States and taught at the Juilliard School from the early 1960s right up until the year that she passed away in 2002. These three gowns were donated to the Manitoba Museum in 2021 by a relative of Zara Nelsova. And they are all gowns that were custom made for her with her input for her cello performances. The donor reports that Zara went with the dressmaker to fabric shop to pick out exactly the right fabrics and estimates that these gowns were made in the 1990s. We don't have exact dates on them because they are custom made. We don't have labels on the inside of the garments. The dressmaker was from New York City on the Upper West Side and is named Finney Kutcher. I have done a lot of research and can't find a dressmaker by that name. If you know of a dressmaker from the Upper West Side of New York City who made gowns like this in the last half of the 20th century, get in touch with us and we can learn a little bit more. Zara was known for her colorful gowns, and she definitely favored floor-length gowns with very full A-line skirts. Of course, the full skirts would flow out around her cello, creating a really dramatic effect that would have been beautiful during performances. This gown is made in several parts. So the top layer is a dark blue silk chiffon. And then underneath, we can actually see that it's lined with a lighter blue, kind of a turquoise color silk organza. All of the placement of these flowers very much would line up with where her cello would be placed. And the sleeves are nice and flowy, which would allow her movement while she is playing her instrument. One cool thing about this garment as well is that, as anybody who plays an instrument knows, it can be really hard work physically. And right on the inside of each of the armholes, we can see a very neat little perspiration guard. This embroidered beauty is made out of a fabric called georgette. It's in this nice gold yellow color, and it has all of these hand embroidered starburst details and bugle beads over the entire gown. The bottom is really full and dramatic as well. And then once again, like with the blue dress, we see that there is a nice wide sleeve that allows for a lot of movement as well while she's playing. The oldest of the three dresses in this collection is this red garment right here. So we have nice full puffy sleeves, and this is actually made out of a hand-woven silk from Thailand. And how we know it's from Thailand is that on the interior of the gown, on one of the selvage edges, we can see printed "Made in Thailand." So that gives us a little hint about where it was from or where the original materials were from. If we take a look under the skirt of this particular gown, we can see that it's actually lined with a paper material. So this would have been paper used in hat making. And it really gives the gown structure and a lot of dimension, which again would give Zara that, very dramatic flow while she is seated with the cello in front of her. So although Zara Nelsova only spent the first 10 years or so of her life here in Winnipeg, she did return here often, sometimes solo, sometimes with her sisters, to perform throughout the rest of her career. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a great one.